represented as students or young people in the halls of power in the UK?
What happened in 2010, where students voted for the Lib Dems on a pledge that they weren't going to raise tuition fees, and they were going to cut tuition fees, and they tripled them. And that, I think, shows the complete lack of democracy that is at the heart of this representative system, that like a party can go back on the pledge. I think you'll see in this election students running away from those main parties and going towards the more marginal parties or not voting.
LSE professor David Graeber, who wrote the book Debt, The First 5,000 Years, was there to support the students.
It's people trying to imagine what a university should be like, reversing the damage. Now that they've trashed it so thoroughly, what can we rebuild from the ashes? This is a failed experiment. There's almost no parameter you can imagine by which the reforms of 2010 could be said to have been successful.
Following the example of the LSE students, more occupations started popping up at King's College, UAL Central St Martin's and Goldsmiths.
The wave of university occupations in London have been going on for 2.5 weeks now, and tonight they're all going to gather at Central St Martin's to figure out what the next step is.
The occupation here at UAL was primarily called in reaction to massive cuts to our further education courses. Separately to that, the UCU has called a national demonstration on the 25th of April.
By coming together, the various student occupations were working out how to grow the movement and create a momentum. A lot of the student artwork was of their university vice-chancellors, whose salaries are higher than both Obama and David Cameron's, while academics suffer cuts.
Ben, what's going on in the meeting?
So the first part was sort of planning immediate action and direct action. The second part that's going on now is talking about the wider ideological views. Something like an occupation is a very drastic thing to do, and it draws a lot of attention.
I think we should basically treat this as like a full-time job.
There's no real commitment from major Westminster parties on the rights of things like free education and students' rights. You've got the Conservatives saying we're going to put £9,000 fees on, and Labour's radical alternative is no, we're just